Hey guys, it's Thomas here, and we are on episode 5 of our mega build series following the build of the 265-gallon Marineland corner-flo aquarium with Monterey stand and canopy in my daughter's playroom. And you've seen us bring this big bad boy into the basement. We did the review of the tank and told you why I picked this tank, and also the filtration that I've set up, and we covered the lighting as well. And today we've got to worry about leveling this giant thing, because if it's not level, it's going to pop. And I thought about doing it myself and quickly realized that I am incapable of that and require the professional help of Parts Plus. So this is my friend Lee from Parts Plus. Thank you so much for coming. Tell us what we got to do to fix this.
Thanks for having us. First off, this is my partner, Nick Kabuji. Say hi. Rick over here, Trusty Mason. So as you can see, it's quite a large fish tank. So the first thing we're going to have to do is make sure that there's a level surface in order to withstand the weight that this fish tank has. So first thing we'll do, take out the carpet, make sure that the surface is nice and clean. We'll build our forms, we'll level it out, make sure everything's nice and straight. Then, after it's cured, take the forms off, and you'll have a base for your fish tank.
Thankfully.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. I had no idea. I was going to try to shim it.
Yeah, it might not work. 2,800 pounds. Probably not the best idea.
And that's why I hired them.
So these guys gonna move the tank here. I'm gonna stay out of it. Hurt my thumb yesterday. I'm gonna direct these guys so they don't hurt themselves.
Making sure no dust gets in there.
First thing is we pulled up the carpet, and then as you can see there were some tiles underneath in this section, particularly over here, so we had to pull up the tiles, and then usually there's glue underneath the tiles. So, and there's a little bit of paint left over, so now we have to get all the glue and the paint off before we can go and apply the overlay, or else it's not going to bond, it's going to pop and it's going to crack. So that's where we're at right now.
Sometimes you gotta get really dirty to fix something.
Can't see nothing in there.
Alright, so we've got all the paint off, we've got all the glue off. Next step now is we're going to build a form on this side of the wall. We just have to get some shims to make sure it's nice and level. Then we'll snap a line, chalk line along the inside, start mixing our product, and go time.
Now that's level. That's what we need. This is perfect.
It's only, I think,
I couldn't have done
one
that.
piece of rebar in there.
Now that this is all laid down here and the concrete's done, what do we do next?
Okay, so we've already floated it, we've skimmed it, we made sure that our level is proper. We're going to let it set, then we'll go over it one more time just to make sure that our level is proper all the way along. We've already cleaned up our form, so when we go take our Tapcons out, everything will come out nice and clean. Clean up the back wall afterwards, and Bob's your uncle.
Nice!
Done.
All right, so it looks like we're done pretty much. So where do we stand now? What do we got to do next?
All right, so everything's done. It's set. It just needs secure. We'll come back in a couple days. We'll take the forms off, clean up the edge, clean the surface, clean in and around the wall, put the fish tank on, and you're good to go.
Good to go. Awesome. So I'm thinking I'm going to paint it and just have the carpet just come up to the edge instead of trying to roll it over top, because it does come up a little bit, right? What kind of paint do I need to use, and how soon can I start painting?
Okay, so again, for the paint, I'd give it a couple days to apply the paint.
Okay.
And you're definitely going to want to make sure that it's a masonry paint. Not an exterior paint or an outdoor paint or even an indoor paint. It's got to be masonry.
Okay.
And that's it. Clean surface, apply it, and we're good.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
No
man.
worries. Cheers.
Thank you.
Awesome. And special
Pleasure.
thanks to Rick, who's been eyeballs deep in,
problem,
in
man.
dust for I don't know
Problem
how long.
anytime.
He's a
Thumbs up.
champion.
Thumbs up.
All right.
There you go.
Awesome. So we'll be back in a couple of days. Hey guys, it's been a couple of days and I managed to vacuum up most of the dust that was down here, which there was a ton of. And I did a little bit of painting over the weekend. Voila. And now we're just waiting for the guys from Parch Plus to come back so we can finish up the floor here that's all level now to get old Dusty over here, over here back where he belongs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks about right. Awesome.
That looks about right. And oh yeah, that's perfect.
And you know what? The little raise in the carpet, you
can't
even
tell.
tell. And now I don't have to worry about putting something on the edge so that my daughter doesn't accidentally
Whew.
hit
Well,
herself
there'll
on
be
it
no
or anything.
stubbing of toes.
No,
Right.
there's a little cushion there. She fits.
Perfectly though. Like you don't have any with your lights been behind.
Nothing.
Like
No, that's perfect. So now I just gotta get
now
some.
you just need to get some stands.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. It's nice to have that peace of mind because you just can't fill a tank like that without the floor being level. And there was no way I could have DIY'd that with any kind of confidence. So having the boys here from Parch Plus made a massive difference.
Awesome.
Thanks
Vibes.
again, brother.
No worries.
Our pleasure.
All
Now we
right.
want to see some fish in it.
Absolutely.
So-
I'll invite you guys back. Well, the guys from Parch Plus have just left. The tank is immaculately level now, which is a huge weight off my shoulders because if that wasn't level, I could rupture a seam or something, and that would have been not cool. On the level of coolness, it is furthest from the number that is the most cool. But before I go ahead and wet test that aquarium to make sure the aquarium doesn't leak, why would it? The plumbing doesn't leak, possible I did put it together, and that the sump and circulation all work the way I expected it to, I need to get the rest of the circulation equipment, which I don't have yet. But before I make any more decisions about equipment, I think it's due time that I pick a direction. Freshwater, saltwater. I have to commit, and I promised you guys I would. So, without further ado, drum roll please. This tank undoubtedly shall be so freshwater. And I'm sure there are some people that are a little disappointed, but hear me out. When it comes to this tank, I need a few things out of it, and that's crucially important to me. A, I want it to be relatively hands-off. And with saltwater, I would have to go reef because that's just the way my brain works. and I would spend a lot of time down with the aquarium, playing around with it, making sure things are perfect. Don't want to do that. I also want it to be relatively inexpensive to maintain. Saltwater can be more expensive, especially with a reef. You're dealing with calcium, magnesium, other chemicals, test kits, salt for the water, RODI water, meaning you're wasting water going down the drain while you convert to RO. So I don't want to deal with that either. And lastly, I want it to be absolutely rammed full of fish for my daughter. And I can put a lot more freshwater fish in this 265 than I could saltwater. And that's just the nature of it. So that's my main reasons for going freshwater. And there are a bajillion really pretty freshwater fish that could go in there for her. So I'm not worried about it. It's going to be an epic tank. I still got some really cool things to do with the decor and the other equipment. So even you saltwater nuts out there who may be thinking, well, I don't know if I want to, trust me, you want to see this. It's going to be pretty cool. And I'm sure even you will be impressed. So that's that. Freshwater it is. A massive thank you to the guys over at Parts Plus. My crazy uneven floor put a grinding halt on this build, which was very sad for me, but they swept in, got everything fixed up, the tank's perfectly level, and now we can start rocking and rolling again, get right back into the meat and potatoes of this build, which is the fun stuff, because I eventually want to see this tank full of water, and now I can see it that way. Also, a massive thank you to you guys for being so excited about this project and following along. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe, because this train's just going to keep on rolling now. And as always, you should keep on tanking with a level aquarium and a level head. You don't want to make any rash aquarium decisions. They could hurt your wallet.